This is live from New York. It's me and Della and James. And we're all here. And, Della's visiting us from Los Angeles County in California, where I used to live. And I used to experience the sun and the joys of life. And now I don't even have any facial hair. James, do you want to fill them in on where my facial hair is? Can you share the photo that I asked you to share so people have reference?
Is it in the toilet? Because this guy shaved his mustache.
I shaved my mustache because I was Freddie Mercury for Halloween. James, share the pic.
I'm trying to get to it.
James.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Lower it,
Look at
lower
this
it,
guy.
lower it. That's good. That was pretty good, Freddie Mercury. You saw that concert. I look like him. That mustache was all natural, but now I had to shave. I look pretty cool. You know?
That's weird because Dan was asking me about how to enhance his mustache not too long ago.
Do you think I look hot or thought?
Or not.
No, hot or thought. That's the option.
No, not.
No, not, James.
No, not.
I'm going hot. I think you look pretty hot.
Yeah, I look pretty hot. Like if I was like 1980s.
I know we're not allowed to use no homo
Homosexual.
in 2020, but
No, homosexual in 1980s. I would have sex with myself.
that's yeah.
Do you agree, James?
Not gonna say anything.
Like you wouldn't have sex with yourself any other time.
I thought I would, but you know what? I don't think I would. I feel like I'm too hairy.
It doesn't bother the women, so
That's what I'm saying. But for myself, if I saw this amount of hair on my own self, I don't think I'd be into it.
that's why I'm glad I have no hair because I think it's the same.
Yeah, I think I'd have sex with myself too much. Wait, that's why you have no hair? So you don't
No,
have sex
I
with
said
yourself?
I'm glad I don't have any hair.
Dylan's been shaving so he avoids having sex with himself,
That's-
James.
that's
The breaking news from New York. It's Saturday night. Oh, wait,
Dell is
Sunday
not
night.
having sex with himself.
I know, it's tough. It's a tough economy.
It is tough.
2020, man.
2020 is a tough place.
Stella, wait, what did you say? Vodka? Whiskey?
James, we're recording a goddamn podcast,
Yes,
and you're asking him about what kind of alcohol he wants to be delivered from Montana.
I'll get whiskey. I'll get
Just
Montana
give him
whiskey.
fucking Montana whiskey. What else do people drink in Montana?
All right, I'll get him whiskey and gin.
No, get him that disgusting huckleberry shit that you got.
I love that huckleberry shit.
Isn't it huckleberry liqueur? That's what they're famous for, right?
They love it.
They love it. They slurp that shit up. The
They
official
slurp it.
alcohol of Montana is huckleberry liqueur, right, James? Yeah, you muted yourself, dummy. All right.
That
I'm
sounds
done
like
with that.
diabetes.
That was a yes.
That was a
I
hell
don't know if you
yeah.
saw me nodding my head, but yes.
That sounds like diabetes in a can, but thank you.
Yeah, it's diabetes in a can. It
Thank
looks
you.
just, it's like sugary death.
Yikes.
James, you had a nasty hangover after that day, didn't you?
No, it was actually pretty good.
It's
Surprisingly.
like syrup. Dude, these Montanans, they're all fucking messed up because of the scissor they're drinking.
I love it.
James, the last time we talked was actually so long ago, and it's not really that long ago, but it was long ago enough that they had that debate and Trump got COVID. I'm pretty sure.
No, we talked.
No, we had a talk after that.
But the other debate we haven't talked.
The vice
since.
presidential debate.
No, we talked about the vice president. That we haven't talked since the last debate.
Oh,
we
there
talked-
was another debate.
That's right. So we talked 2 weeks ago.
That debate was so friggin' lame.
It wasn't lame. It's just no one won, right? Like no one's opinions were changed.
I know. I'm so sick of no opinions being changed.
Welcome to 2020.
I know. Yeah, 2020, the year of your opinions being stuck forever in whatever you started 2016 as. You haven't changed your opinions. I think it's time to change, James. Are you nervous for tomorrow? We're on Monday. This is November 2nd.
We're not going to know for a month.
I know, but I'm still spooked out. I've been making phone calls to Pennsylvanians for like many days straight now. It's getting bad. The Pennsylvanians didn't get any of their ballots, which is a problem. But you know what? The people that I did talk to, they don't like Donald Trump. So I have some, like, I'm not like totally, depressed about the whole situation. Also, Dell's been following the polls. I've been following the polls.
That's right.
The polls are showing Joe Biden leading in a lot of states. So that's a good fucking sign.
Even Texas's last poll was tied.
Texas is tied. Georgia, I think,
That's
is
kind of
leading.
crazy.
Yeah.
Florida's even, but he was leaning at some point toward Joe Biden. You know, you got North Carolina. James, if they're leaning Joe Biden and they're all wrong and they all go to Donald Trump, that's bizarre.
Mhm.
One of them's going to flip. No? James, give me the hot take. Who's going to flip? Georgia?
I think Texas.
Wow.
Bro,
No
if that
way.
happens, I'll parade in the streets. Hell, I'll parade in the plane.
No,
tomorrow.
we're going to Montana.
Yeah, we're going. That's right. We'll parade in Montana.
I'll go to LA.
You come to LA, and then we'll go to Montana.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll do a whole world traveling trip. Fuck COVID. I mean, everybody obey COVID because it's a problem in the country right now. But I'm just saying, like, I'm going to be jumping for joy. But your hot take isn't that Texas is going blue, James. Pick a new
No,
hot
my hot take is Texas is going blue.
Wow,
that's
a
the
molten
stupidest
lava
take I've ever heard in my entire life. James, you're on a politics podcast. You're not trying to be, conspiracy theory over here. Might as well join the alt-right podcast.
No, that's my hot take. It's Texas going blue. It's going blue.
Now, what's your hot take?
Wow, North Carolina's going blue.
That's my hot take too. North Carolina is going to go blue.
That's okay. We can share it. We can share it.
I know. I don't want that anymore.
I'll be the crazy one.
You're be crazy.
You are insane.
Yeah, that is stupid, James.
I think anything that's less than Biden plus 10 is Trump winning.
My hot take is Arizona going blue.
I like
that. I think that's going to be a good hot take. I mean, Pennsylvania shouldn't be a hot take going blue. It should be an assumed blue, but I'm kind of scared about that.
I'm scared.
Because, it's +5, and, I don't know what's going on over there.
The central PA people will show up. The Republicans never stop showing up to vote. So,
Fuck freaks. Well, I think it's going to be good, James. You think they'll have the election results in by, midnight
By the
or
next
so?
month, maybe.
I'm hoping that that all the early voting just was so for Biden that they have enough kind of stuff in by the time we have midnight or something. The only thing I don't think is Pennsylvania's not opening up any of the early voting until the day of the election, and they have millions and millions of votes now, just waiting to be open.
Yeah,
it's so
4.6
dumb.
million thus far.
So that's pretty bad. That's bad. But you know what? It's gonna be chaos, I think. But I think if one of those states flip, the ones that we predicted, it's not going to be that bad. You can't really argue. If it just comes down to Pennsylvania and we're arguing, do the votes count after Election Day or do they not count or blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's going to be a fucking problem. But if, Georgia flips or North Carolina flips or Arizona, who gives a shit about anything else anymore? You couldn't even hold the states that you won. I'm assuming, again, Michigan and Wisconsin are going blue.
Right.
But, I also don't know that anymore.
You'll see. Look, the Trump campaign's given up on Nevada. Nevada, they've given up. So that's a 2016 state. They've given up almost on Wisconsin. Michigan, they were there 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Ohio, they were there today.
So they're fighting for Pennsylvania.
They're fighting for Pennsylvania. Biden's last campaign night today was in Pennsylvania. Had 2 chains there. Had little Lady Gaga performing. They brought out everybody they can.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Little Lady Gaga, and also I cannot ship this alcohol to Della in Texas.
Shut up with the freaking alcohol, James. Wait,
I'll give you a new address.
We'll figure it out. I have a question for Della.
Mm-hmm.
What voter was previously a big Trump voter, but then saw Lady Gaga and was like, you know what, it's time to flip parties? Or 2 Chainz, for instance, was just we had so many Trump voters. I have a question. Is somebody going to vote for Kanye West and screw up the election or no?
Thankfully, in California, I don't know how it was, James, from Montana, but in California, you had to press the next button to see Kanye. So at least on the front page, it was Biden and Trump, and then you had to think about it if you want to go to Kanye, all right? So I was like, I'm curious who else is there. I saw Kanye as a VP. I was like, oh God. But then I realized you had to press next, and it didn't matter. So I don't think
you can make Kanye your VP?
No, Kanye was a VP candidate of somebody else's ticket. I can't remember the guy's name.
So weird.
I know. But you know what, though?
That is a weird choice.
I'm okay, though, because I bet he's going to steal maybe 500,000 votes from people in states that don't matter. Like California, New York, pretty much those 2 states.
No way. I feel like most people would not vote rather than vote for Kanye.
People are dumb.
No, but you have to be, people are dumb, but you have to be that into Kanye West or the fake presidency, whatever he's doing, that you registered to vote, you wait in stupid line to go and vote for Kanye West, you have to really love Kanye West.
Yeah.
Not just as like you get up there and you're like, you know, it'd be funny, Kanye West. It's not that easy to vote right now.
It's not.
So you're telling me that you're going to take the hardship of then you deserve to vote for Kanye West.
That's right.
If you're gonna wait in line like some kind of lunatic, you must really love Kanye West.
You gotta love Kanye to sit there.
Did you listen to him on Rogan?
No, I don't watch Joe Rogan. What did he do?
I don't listen to Joe Rogan either. I think he's a
That's
stupid
a good-
asshole.
Good point. You shouldn't listen to Joe. Rogan.
I've not listened to that
He's
man
a big-
quite literally since Fear Factor.
Yeah.
But I'd love to hear what he had to say. to Joe
No,
Rogan.
sometimes he does the UFC fights.
I don't listen to him speak. I usually listen.
Well, you hear him.
I really watch those things on mute. I'm not kidding you. Unless the only one I didn't watch on mute was the
Israel
was the
Adesanya.
one I was actually at in Vegas in March. That's the
What
only
do you mean you
time.
listen to it on mute? What are you, some kind of psychopath?
No,
That's like a serial killer move.
I prefer to listen to music. So I'll just watch this thing on mute, and then I'll listen to Michael Buffer. Actually, Bruce Buffer is his brother. So Bruce does UFC. So I listen to that.
No, I don't know these people.
Oh, well, Bruce Buffer's like, you know how you go, let's get ready to rumble? Is
Yeah.
Michael Buffer.
I used to play a game that used to rumble
Yes,
boxing.
rumble boxing. So then, but then if you do, it's time. You know that?
Yeah.
That's Bruce Buffer, which is his younger brother.
Oh, Buffer. I think I know
has
this.
trademarked it's time.
He trademarked it?
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble is also trademarked. So that's the only two people who can say those two phrases. Then I stopped listening to the rest of UFC.
That it's time.
Yeah, and the way it's
So
said.
are we?
It's 10 o'clock. Let's
violating by
trademark that.
saying
Y'all
it's time? It's
y'all
a
didn't know that?
podcast.
It's time to podcast. Trademarked by Dan Marcus.
You know what? I'm not trying to get this podcast removed from the internet. So I'm gonna stop you
yeah,
there.
stop saying that.
But it is technically trademarked.
Oh, it's time.
It is
for
time
nothing.
to
We're like, it's a
podcast.
Buffer.
Well, no, you can say it's time, but you can't say it the way he said.
Uh,
I love it.
anyway, I was a little nervous. I'm a little less nervous now about tomorrow's
I'm
selection.
still very nervous.
Della, Della helped me out. But you know what I'm planning on doing, James? What are you planning on doing tomorrow? Do you have off? Or are you working?
No, I'm working tomorrow.
I have
That
off.
sucks. What's going on with COVID? Bad?
Oh, it's fucking awful.
Yeah, don't you work at a hospital?
He said it's bad.
Yeah, I work in the ICU.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So you're-
Aren't you like a doctor or some sort? You should be able to help
A
them.
doctor? This guy's wiping diapers.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I'm a nurse.
Oh, I thought you were a doctor. Same thing.
James, are you happy when people clap for you?
No, I hate it.
Oh, why? You're a hero.
Yeah, well, maybe they should reflect that in my paycheck or
Maybe they can give you some money.
or my benefits.
What do you think about PPE? Do you need
Or in
more
my,
PPE?
the time that I have off, or maybe in the amount of PPE that we're allowed to have.
Dude, you
There's
sound
so
like
many
a
things
complaining
that I would
nurse.
prefer
That's
to
why
have
Trump shut these nurses up.
over claps.
Yeah, look, you know what? I'm clapping for you right now, James. I'm very proud of you.
Clap for James.
Yeah,
These
well,
nurses out here, Donald Trump.
It's a
supports us.
10:20 p.m. Eastern time clap.
I owe it
That's
all
important.
to Donald Trump.
Any asshole that's clapping and also likes Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Let's be honest. James, is that true or false?
It's pretty much true, yeah.
Wow, I can't believe it. James, I've been seeing a lot of fake Melanias out there. Is that a thing or no? Fake news?
No, it's fake news. I
But you-
checked it out.
Really?
I think it's real, bro. I've seen some Melanias, man. I'll send you some photos that he took last week when he was boarding Air
But
Force One.
some of the pictures are of her like just a couple seconds before she got off, which are like it's pretty obvious that it's like her, and then it's like they took a picture where it doesn't exactly look like her.
But I saw her on stage kissing Donald Trump on the lips. I swear to God, it wasn't her. Like,
That I believe.
what do you mean? So it wasn't her. You only
Yeah.
believe in some. Yeah, I'm saying I think she had COVID. She wasn't going out on the trail, and so they got this surrogate. But I swear, it really didn't look like Melania
Yeah.
Trump. I gotta go look it up. I don't want to be a fake news
Yeah,
guy,
you
but
can't be a bird.
I swear to God, I watched videos. I was like, that really doesn't look like Melania Trump. If it is, then
Then there
it's
it
fake
is.
news. But holy shit, it really did look like her,
No,
James.
not at all.
I was using the eye test. Remember when Donald Trump said he walked down the ramp or he ran
He
down
ran
the
down,
ramp
and he
instead of
slid.
fell down the ramp? I was using the eye test on that, and I could tell he did not run down the ramp. He definitely was a weird, old, fat man, and he couldn't really walk down the ramp correctly.
Right.
I'm just saying, eyeball test, these things really didn't look like Melania Trump. That was weird as hell. But
So wait, my
imagine-
question was,
yeah,
because you all said it off the record, and I need it on the record.
yeah.
Mhm.
What?
In what instance are you guys coming to Montana?
Oh, I'll come to Montana on the record. I'm going to go to LA too. If Joe Biden wins and we take back the Senate and we hold on to the House, I will make a tour of the West Coast again. I'll wear my mask on that horrible flight. I'll come to LA. I'll surf it up. I'll get on Kook of the Day. I'll make my way to Montana. Do you want to meet me there? You have a little break in November. Then I'll head to Montana and I'll do whatever. I'm done. I need a nice vacation. I'm done. Like this was enough. I had to make so many phone calls I don't want to make anymore.
Are you committing?
Whatever weekend he goes to Montana, I'll be there.
He'll come. We'll go skiing.
Oh shit!
James, can we go skiing?
We can go skiing. I'll bring my snowboard.
Well, yeah, we can go skiing.
Me and Del are getting an Airbnb though. We're not staying at your dump hole. We're hanging out at the Airbnb.
Why we can stay? We can stay at the cabin.
What cabin?
And watch VHSs.
What cabin?
What cabin?
I have a cabin.
Why?
You bought one in Montana? Hey,
No,
James, cheers to that cabin, bud.
You say you just rented one?
No, I know.
I have a cabin in upstate New York, Del.
You
You
can
want
watch
to go there?
VHSs.
You have a
But Dan has to
It's in
bring
New York.
mystery men.
My
And that's
grandparents
fact.
built it.
I like that.
Yeah, I know. We should go.
Yeah. Is it near a ski resort?
No.
James, how
No,
do we
not
know?
yours.
No,
His.
how do we know it's not near a ski resort? Mine.
No, mine is. Dan isn't.
So let's go skiing. I love skiing. I like going down the slope. Zig, zag, zig, zag. That's what they call me, old zigzag.
Is that it?
Yeah, they do.
I thought.
Most-
No, the last time I went skiing with James, I forgot how to ski.
How do you forget how to ski?
Because I hadn't skied in a while, I got so nervous. I was too busy being a
Did you
sim.
do the
and
pizza?
it wasn't about pizzaing. I forgot how to ski completely. Remember,
Oh.
James? And I couldn't do it.
Yeah, Dan couldn't ski.
That's nice.
But then a month later,
Watch out there.
I went to Big Bear and I remembered how to ski.
Why? Did you see some hot girls skiing down the hill?
No, I don't see hot girls. I was
You
with
only
an,
saw a cat.
I was with an ex-girlfriend and I remembered how to ski.
I love that. I love that.
I got bullied into learning how to ski again, and it helped. I figured it out.
After going to Salt Lake,
Oh God, James, come on! Don't bring up the past.
he took a beginner's course, and they're like, "Dude, you're the biggest cuck."
They did call me cuck. Del, can you believe this? The instructor.
I actually can.
the instructor-
I actually can believe
The instructor
that.
called me a cuck, James.
Give that instructor a fucking
It did.
Nobel Prize. I love it.
Yeah,
James, look at this.
it's
How
a
gross is this?
legitimate fact that they called Dan a cuck.
Wow.
They were like, I had never seen somebody pizza so much.
James, you can't just pizza. It doesn't even help. If you're going fast down the hill, it doesn't matter if you pizza. You just friggin' fly like a numbnuts. What
Yeah,
you need to do is you need to turn
need
the
to turn,
skis
yeah.
up. But I didn't know that because nobody told me that. And James over here is like, oh, I can ski in boots that didn't even fit his feet. So he's a liar too. James, come clean. Did those
My
boots
feet
fit?
didn't fit my feet, but I also skied a shit ton better than you.
That's true. When we go next time, James, I'm gonna
I was
shit
doing
skid ton.
mobile.
I'm gonna
Dan was like out there like, ooh.
Dude, that is your Adam Sandler impersonation, and I don't like it. That's not fair.
I love it.
Well, anyway, whatever. Okay, I'll come out and we'll go skiing. And we'll sell.
Yeah.
This is all depending on. So what's your plan for tomorrow, James? I mean, you're gonna go to work. No, what are you doing? Are you gonna?
No,
boat?
I have to do a training course, so it's not like I'm actually going to work.
Yeah. So I'm flying to California tomorrow.
What time?
Oh, sure.
I think 11 a.m.
Okay.
And then when I get back, I'm going to be a poll worker in the afternoon
Whoa.
because we have the day off for election day.
So do we.
Yeah. So I'm going to go.
That's
be a
kind of
poll
good.
worker,
It's
yeah.
progressive.
Exactly. So I'll be a poll worker from 1 p.m. till 8:30 p.m., which when the polls close.
Wow.
So I'll be there. I'll be there helping people vote. So,
Well, Della, you'll have to tell me your address so I can send you this.
well, I'm not going to tell you over this thing.
Also, stop
I
with
will-
the freaking
I will
address, James.
text
This
you.
is so irrelevant. I asked what you're doing tomorrow. You're like, oh, I gotta get the address. That's not relevant to him being a poll worker.
I will text him.
Why
the
are you
address.
asking me, James, what I'm doing? This is too big to keep to myself.
I don't care what
You're
you're
asking.
doing.
You know what?
I don't care what Della's doing.
Della,
I'm sending
mute him.
this out.
All right, anyway, as I was saying. Oh, yeah, James, not so tough after all. Mute. As I was saying, all right, I'll unmute you as long as you let me say what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah, please, Dan, don't keep it to yourself.
Okay. I'm gonna Oh, I asked to unmute him, and he has to choose to accept my unmute. I didn't realize I got into this position. He'll have to talk eventually. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to get up. I have to vote because I had to register at the DMV, and I'm voting in New York. I have to drive out to the island. I'm going to get there. I'm going to vote, and then I'm going to spend the whole day doing the final day of phone banking to those freaky Pennsylvanians. And I'm going to spend 8 hours because I have off of work, and I'm going to call those people, and I'm going to get them to vote, and we're going to win Pennsylvania. And then I'm going to be a hero, and they're going to make a statue of me and say, Dan got the most Pennsylvanians to vote, more than any other human, and that's the end of it.
We'll put it right next to the Joe Biden statue. It's great.
Yeah, Joe Biden and me holding hands, and him sniffing my hair.
Well, do you guys have normal? You guys have normal schedules, right? Like you're off between Christmas and New Year's.
This year, I actually, for the first time in my career, yes.
I mean, yeah, me too. For
I've
the first
never
time
had
in
that
my
in my
career,
life.
I'm just so busy at work being a businessman that usually I don't have
Wow,
all.
you are such a businessman.
They
Yes.
call me Businessman Dan. Almost,
You have so many nicknames.
I am a businessman, James. You consider me a businessman.
Yeah, in terms of that, you're a capitalist pig piece of shit.
That's such a lie. I'm not a capitalist pig. I say tax
So,
him to hell.
so what you're telling me is that you do actual work every day that benefits people.
Yeah, of course I do. I work for GA. We're a real company, not your nurse diaper changing shit. Also,
Yeah, like listen to this guy's shit. Wait, let's talk about your bullshit. Let's talk about
let's talk about your bullshit. You want to
Let's talk about how you validate your life.
Let's talk about validating my life.
Yeah, let's
I'm a
talk
hero.
about it.
Me and Joe
Validate
are
your life
saving
right
this
now.
Country. We're saving this country. What are you doing?
Dude, you're right. I'm doing nothing. I'm a nurse that does nothing.
James, that's really rude. You're doing something.
Yeah,
You're helping those.
You're going to
people.
work. That's something.
Yeah, it's going to work. We have off on election day.
Yeah.
James, I support you in whatever you're doing. I'm just saying it's time to get out to vote.
That's right.
This is
Go.
the last chance. We got to get people to vote. I cannot believe you haven't converted Montana, though.
Yeah.
If you did, I would have definitely also added something to my trip to Montana.
Correct.
I would have offered, like, I don't know, something cool. But now I'm not.
Yeah. Now we're just gonna pay flights and stay in this place for free.
Yeah.
It's Montana is the place to buy right now. It's a hot market.
Really?
But who's gonna
Yeah.
buy it if you want to sell it though?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want it. Why
I
is
want
it
to buy so that you can sell.
buy low, sell high?
Wow, this is teaching us economics.
Yeah, we got Kramer, right? The guy's name on. Hey, is this CNN Money or Too Big to Keep to Myself podcast? Because I don't even know anymore.
It's a bull market out there.
We gotta buy. Montana is on the up. Dude, where does Kanye West have that big like Wyoming?
Cody, Wyoming.
Yeah,
That's probably the biggest.
not too far off.
It's you know what? He's actually turned it into a desirable place to live.
Really? Is he like the king of Cody?
Well, Jackson, Wyoming is actually a pretty chill place to go, and they have an amazing deli. Their deli there.
Yeah.
Wait, one deli or like a chain of delis?
No, it's one deli, and you drive to this town called Kelly.
I'm not doing this.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Kelly and
They
deli.
need to
Like, I'm not
drive
playing
the
this whole
fucking
rhyme.
horse.
I muted him. That was too stupid.
You got muted, James.
James, you got muted. Kelly and deli was too stupid of a rhyme. I'm not playing that game with you right
Sounds
now.
like-
It was true. It was true.
It sounds like fake news. I'm gonna have to look at that after Melania Trump.
Yeah.
You can have
Kelly,
that. That
Wyoming has a deli, and there's one lady that walks around there. She dresses like a fairy.
He's
She rides a horse, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? People have
Come on with this fake news. The people want real news on this podcast.
Yeah,
They don't come to this podcast to get deli news.
Well, they're getting
Too
it.
big to keep
They're
these
getting
deli
it
to
right
myself.
now.
This man's giving 4-star deli
Yeah,
reviews.
4-star deli. What is this, Yelp, James? Wyoming Yelp? Come on. Focus. We got an election tomorrow. I'm a wreck. What do you think about voter suppression? It's rampant. Are we screwed?
Well, we knew that, and that's why I'm getting drunk. Like, this place is a piece of shit. Like, why would everyone live in fucking the United States?
That's very.
It doesn't represent anybody's like personal like ambitions. They're not their well-being, not what they want. It just doesn't represent that, obviously.
I mean,
Because like look at voter suppression.
What about
Look
the
at,
Second
like,
Amendment?
workers' rights.
You piece of
Look
shit.
at
You don't even have a
union
gun.
organizations. There's nothing that they represent that's actually good. Like the United States represents Walmart.
right?
No,
which is
represents
a
Wall
fucking-
Street, stupid. Walmart's just a function of Wall Street.
It is. It is.
James, the problem here is that everybody thinks they're on the verge of making over 400,000 when really the people are just above the poverty line. And I think that's the real problem with the United States.
I am about 6 years away from making $425,000.
You say 6 years or 60?
I think 6, he said. He's almost there. James,
Wow.
you're doing well.
You're
for
6 years
yourself.
away,
Six.
James?
Everybody's very concerned
Yeah,
about
I
what
mean,
the
if you
taxes go
multiply
up.
that by like maybe 600.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're all very close to making 400,000. That's what makes America great. Everybody's on the cusp of getting taxed over the amount over $400,000.
That's correct.
And that's why they all make decisions based on that fact.
That's correct.
And that's what we should all be thinking about. I'm a single issue voter. I'm voting based on my $400,000 tax bracket, but I don't expect the rest of the country to be voting the same way.
I think
How do you want them to vote, Dan?
Yeah, let's pick a single issue. My first single issue is going to be Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yes.
That's my first issue because
favorite.
that's really what's screwing up the country right now.
Favorite one, Hunter Biden's laptop.
James, do you have a single issue?
Public lands.
Okay, good. Not relevant to today's conversation, but I like it. Della, what's your single issue?
It's definitely the last 4 years. That single issue has been absolutely like fucking nightmarish. So I will be looking forward to voting. Well, already did vote. Voted specifically as a
Protest vote?
Yeah, protest vote on that. Plus, I want our country to get better. So I'm voting for.
My single issue, I wish more people had the single issue of COVID because I feel like we could get over it at some point, but we're not going to if we keep if we elect Donald Trump to another 4.
No way.
I just wish he would. I wish I would be. I'm not saying that people should vote for Donald Trump because he's a monster all around, but if he said, you know what, I got COVID, I'm gonna like help us get over COVID, I at least could see some people coming around. But I feel like this COVID is screwing up all of our lives. Don't people just want to get over COVID? But they think getting over COVID means just opening up the country.
Not only that, they think getting over COVID is forgetting that it exists.
I know, but
And I think that's what people want it to be relegated to the flu status. No one really cares about the flu until you get the flu. And then at that point, you're like, fuck, okay, I got to do something about it, right? So I think that's what people, you can just get a vaccine and be okay against like 80% of the flu. That's what people think COVID should become. I think that's ultimately where it will become. I don't think it will be eradicated like a polio.
Yeah.
Because polio was a virus in which like there was like one like normal strain that everyone got.
Right.
And they couldn't figure out how to cure it. And we cured it, good to go, right? Ebola, the government somehow mysteriously cured that, which was uncurable before. I'm still not sure how they did that.
Yeah.
But like there are cures in some ways. So I don't know if we'll ever get a cure for COVID. Do I think that we'll get a vaccine? Yes. Do I think there'll be anti-vaxxers in the United States that'll fuck it up for everybody else? Absolutely. Other countries, not so much. They're so used to being vaccinated by birth. It's 2 years old, high school, like everyone knows you get vaccinated whenever they tell you. So I think that's going to be a big problem. Is specifically that.
No, I'm pretty sure Trump's addressing it now, so we should be fine. I don't think the anti-vaxxers will be.
The anti-vaxxers will anti-vax, especially if Biden wins, right? They're going to be they're going to be anti-everything the deep state, the socialists, in quotes, tell them to do that. They just won't.
Damn.
Hey, it's just America. I mean, it's America. You know.
It's America. This is America.
It's America.
Don't let it get you off. I don't know the lyrics. Do you know them? This is America. Don't let them get you off. It's not get you off.
You just keep going.
I keep singing those. I only know that lyric. So. No, wait. This is America. Now, can you give me the second lyric to it?
It depends on which one.
It's this is America. Don't let you get it off. Don't get me get it off.
I can't.
Don't let you get it off.
I just remember the point about the Block Boy JB verse, and that's the part I remember the most. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not relevant.
It's not relevant.
Conversation. all I know is that if this insanity ends, Joe Biden's gotta get a grasp on COVID in the country. We gotta get over the COVID, regarding of the anti-vaxxers. Also, there's a bunch of Halloween parties in some warehouses all across New York City, and the cops busted them. And it was just people trying to have fun without masks on, and it's not fair.
I mean, it's.
Was it Della?
No. I actually was
party.
at a party at an apartment in West Village that I Googled. Cost $35 million. Had no idea.
The apartment?
The apartment.
What kind of apartment?
It was a 5-bedroom, 8.5 bathroom apartment in West Village. The most beautiful place I've ever been to. And it was outdoors, right? So it was like freezing cold. But they had she's the woman whose parents own it.
Lamps?
Huh?
Heat
Yeah, they have
lamps?
heat lamps, and they had like 5,000 square feet of outside space. Beautiful spot. So I was okay.
I wish I was invited to that party. I went to a party with only
Look,
friends.
then someone just tells you it's penthouse A, it could be anything.
Whoa.
And then I go there and I'm like, yo, penthouse A is penthouse A. And so it was something.
I gotta get friends.
You gotta get some friends.
Right?
You gotta get some friends.
James, do you have a penthouse A? No, this guy's got a penthouse Z. Oh, I got him again. You son of a gun. Oh man.
I remember the time.
You know what? This 4 years has really worn me down.
It's one a lot.
So like just like a skeleton of a human being. I got nothing left in the tank, James. I'm gonna do my final phone calls to Pennsylvania tomorrow. I've donated probably a couple $100 to like friggin' from the primaries of 2000. When did those start?
That's it?
All the way to now.
Yep.
I keep giving. I give sets of $25 because I don't actually know if it's going anywhere useful. But I like to give a set.
How much do you give to Bernie?
I probably gave a total of like $100 to both Bernie and Elizabeth Warren. That's James. They didn't even. They weren't gonna win. So like to give any more money would just been wasted.
Waste of money.
Like I was giving Elizabeth Warren, and then when she lost, I was giving to Bernie. I was giving when he lost, I was like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to give to Joe Biden. Like it's enough already. Like and then I inevitably gave to Joe Biden once it's like enough. And now I'm just giving to anybody that 4 times matches my investment on Act Blue for the Democrats in the Senate. I give to them because you know what? We were talking earlier, and if Donald Trump manages to win, if the Democrats can win the Senate and the Congress, they'll impeach him. And I know Mike Pence is also a freak, but you know what? I'd rather have a freaky nightmare rather than like a monster who's trying to ruin the entire country. Like Mike Pence is creepy, but I feel like he's going to be forced to listen to someone because he's also a piece of shit. But you know what? It's like
He's maybe even more of a piece of shit than
No. I don't think Mike Pence really gives a shit. Like I think he's
because he has very ideological.
Yeah, but he has no spine. Yeah,
I don't know about that, man. He ruled Indiana with an iron fist. He has a lot of. He's one of those unknowns. A lot of people just assume he's a sock puppet.
Yeah,
he's not a sock puppet.
He has a very ideological bent. That's like very, very radical.
Yeah, and I don't know if you watched the debate, right? You saw how good he is at debate, right? That's the same.
Well, he's creepy.
I know, but but like he's
he's good at that. He's good at being creepy and saying nothing.
Yes, and you saw the man was able to lie for 2 hours, and
that's true.
it was nothing.
It was nothing.
So that's the type of person he is.
Whatever. I'd still rather have him over Donald Trump.
No.
Yeah, I would.
Take him over Donald Trump.
Stop it. Over Donald Trump. I'm not saying as your president of the United States that you elect for the next 4 years. I'm saying over Donald Trump at any given moment.
At least Donald Trump is a fucking idiot.
I
almost knows what he's doing.
I think he actually knows what he's doing. The thing is, though, he's shocked at how easily he's able to get away with it.
Yeah, Donald Trump has an idea of like, let me pitch this new like racist nonsense and see how it goes. And he's like, people are into it. They're repeating it. That's sad.
Absolutely.
At least I think Mike Pence would be like, let me do my weird racist shit in private, and nobody will it will catch on in the seedy underbelly of the Republican Party. But it's not so outward and blatant. Mike Pence, regardless, we're not talking about Mike Pence and Donald Trump. My thought is this. I told Della about a double impeachment. What do you think of this, James? If they get in charge of the Congress and the Senate, right, then you do a double impeachment, and Donald Trump and Mike Pence win. You impeach Donald Trump, and then you immediately impeach Mike Pence all together, combo, and then Pelosi takes over.
Right.
I think it's a good idea because public opinion doesn't matter anymore because nobody paid attention to the last impeachment. No one's going to pay attention to two impeachments, and nobody's going to face political consequence to it. So it's time to move on. What do you think of my double impeachment theory? And Della's saying
You know that the Democrats will face problems with that.
Why? They won't or will?
Because there is a radical right.
But the radical right exists no matter what. They have a problem with everything. My thought is if you could push it together in a max double impeachment trial of 2 weeks, it only took them a month to get a whole new Supreme Court justice through the system. And I would feel like max time, if you're just going to do an up or down vote on impeachment, you throw them both in there. Let them do their little I wouldn't even bother with the little defense and back and forth, and I'm going to pitch my case. Just do an up and down vote. It's all political anyway. Yeah. The Supreme Court justice was political. The impeachment was political. Nobody actually listened to anything. So why we skip that step? Just do a double impeachment. Say we're going to vote up or down. Get them out quickly. And, it's a scam. Oh, you know what? If you get it done quickly, you get a 24-hour media clock, and then it's over. Right. Double impeachment, Pelosi's president. That stuff, it's enough playing with the rules. Let's see how we can expand all the way to the max. What do you feel about packing the court, James? You into it? I say pack that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for packing with liberal justices. It's just it's just a problem that you know what? I guess really the issue is that the Democrats need to play dirty because the Republicans have for so long, and they have basically used every political fucking nuance that they could. Meanwhile, the Democrats are being real fucking cucks. They're being real cucks.
I agree. The Democratic Party is the definition of a cuck. And I'm joining any kind of political affiliate. I'm joining any kind of political organization that is anti-democratic cuck. So if your campaign is we're not cucks, and you're going to push some progressive, insane liberal agenda, then I'm all for it. You have control of the House, you have control of the Senate, you have control of the White House. What are you doing? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm waiting because in 2 years then we're going to have to run again and it's going to be scary. No 2 years. This is the end.
Redraw the political map. Make it so that it works for you.
Yeah. Yes. It needs to work for you. The Republicans have been doing it for a long time now. We saw the extreme of it, which is you can do whatever you want with the Supreme Court justice 31 days before the election. It really doesn't matter, so stop pretending like it does. This, I think, gives you coverage now. If you're a do-nothing cuck Democrat, it's time to say, oh, you know what? They just pushed this through the Supreme Court justice in 31 days. I'm done being a cuck. Yeah, it's time to wake up. There's nothing holding you back. Yeah, it's time to stop being a cuck.
I mean, you also have the same thing with the tax cuts, right? I mean, the Republicans forced the tax cuts down our throats in 2017 and still kept the Senate, right? The blue wave was supposed to come and take both. Didn't happen. Only to the House, which is actually inconsequential when it comes to procedural power. Yeah. So they kept the Senate and they marched right on. They said, cool. That's a referendum saying that if the tax cuts weren't going to get us out of office, well, guess what's going to not get us out of office? Doing whatever the hell we want. And that's exactly what they've done. They gutted everything else in education.
Those tax cuts, though, benefited the regular American citizen.
Yeah, that's what I always forget.
Not 60%. And those tax cuts did not benefit 60% of the top 1%.
Of course not.
It did not. That's not true.
It's fake news.
Falsification. It's fake news. It did not happen.
So you're saying that the tax cuts only help the middle class, and that's what?
Yes, and impoverish the poorer class because you know what? They're lazy.
Right. Thank you.
Wow, thank God. At least we got to the conclusion of that.
Yes.
So you're saying that everyone that's poor is lazy. The middle class is also kind of lazy because they're not the upper class yet.
Oh, the middle class works really hard. That's a fact.
The middle class.
Based on
The
nothing.
middle class is the backbone of the American economy, James. I'm going to talk like this because I want to do generic talking points too. We built this country on the middle class.
That's right.
And we can do it again.
I thought you were gonna say on rock and roll, but yeah.
We built this.
You're right.
Dude, rock and roll's dead, man.
It's been dead for about 5 years.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's time to move on from the old tropes. I think Joe Biden was the last sign of us having to appease the old tropes.
What, in the Democratic Party?
I did it. I appeased for Joe Biden because I knew he needed to be the guy to beat Donald Trump. You appeased, Della appeased, we all appeased. None of us are fans of Joe Biden, unfortunately. But now we are all in on Joe Biden because we sucked it up and we said there's no one worse than Donald Trump. But once Joe Biden's elected, I don't want to hear any more about
Joe
Biden. What?
Once Joe Biden's elected, I'm going to say fuck Joe Biden. We need somebody more liberal because fuck this piece of shit. We need somebody who's going to say, all right, we need more workers' rights.
Yeah.
We need less fucking bureaucracy.
I heard Joe Biden on Pod Save America podcast. Dude, the guy was really on top of fucking climate change reform. He wasn't fucking around. They asked him what the Sunrise Movement would do to, like, what are you going to do for the Sunrise Movement? And he's like, dude, what is the Sunrise Movement going to do to push me? Because like, I know more shit than, dude, this guy was throwing out facts like no other. I was like, holy shit, Joe Biden, somebody prepped Joe Biden on climate change. This guy is listening. Yeah. So I was like, this is why I trust Joe Biden to do
That's a fair point because climate change, if there's no other topic that is important, it is climate change.
Exactly. Joe Biden gets it, dude. He understood it. He was going off on everything. Yep. I know he ties into the economy, which is like an added benefit, but not the primary goal. But still, this guy was on top of climate change stuff. I was like, how does this guy even remember all this stuff? For a senile old man, this guy was on top of climate change stuff. I was actually like, man, this guy actually must have to like listen to this stuff and learn it because that was impressive. But again, yeah, like Joe Biden's a fine guy. He's not progressive enough for me, but at the time, if he can beat Donald Trump, then that was the end of this election. I was an Elizabeth Warren fan. He was a Pete Buttigieg fan. You were a Bernie Sanders fan. We are what we are. But at the same time, like, this isn't what the country needed right now. They needed Joe, and Joe's got to win. And if Joe doesn't win, I'm going to be fucking pissed off because this is bullshit. But I think he will win.
Like, honestly, like, the number one thing is it's got to be climate change. Like, you can't do anything without climate change. I mean, you know, maybe that's not true because there are very pertinent social things that need to happen. Like, we need to have, like, really legitimate, like, reforms to our
voting, dude. There's no democracy left.
To our voting, to our justice system, to the way we just generally treat people. Yeah. Not only of color, but like of sexual, you know, persuasion or like how, you know, we deal with that. Like, we really need to deal with that. Not just like, no, I mean, seriously.
No, you're right. There's a million things. I think climate change is a huge issue, but I don't think you're going to push things through unless you change voting. You need voting and you need packing the courts, bud, to be honest with you. You need to get voting and packing the courts, and then you have to overturn Citizens United. Like, there's things that are never going to get you to climate change because you're never going to have power to do anything about climate change. They'll change it right back once you lose power. So what you need to do is you need to get power, which they're going to get right now. Then you need to figure out a way to always maintain power. And the way to maintain power is to pack the court and then to never
Exxon and
no, but you can fuck over Exxon, but that will only be temporary. What you need to
Yeah, I agree. But you have to fuck them over a little bit. Like,
you have to get over Citizens United, man. We have to get over Citizens United, and the only way to get over Citizens United is to make some kind of executive order or something that we have control over, and then pack the court to hold it. And then James, think about this. If you somehow manage through federal funding or whatever scams they do in the government to ensure that we forever will have the popular vote win the presidency, You'll never
Yeah.
have a Republican candidate again, which means that whatever Supreme Court which means that the Supreme Court justice that you set up now will forever stay because you'll never have a Republican president to change it.
Yep.
So that will forever be over. And then whatever changes after that will just be Democratic changes. And that will be the end of it. So you have to start there. And Citizens United is the biggest factor in that because that is allowing lobbying to run the entire government. So we're a corporatocracy. We're not a democracy. And so, but you have to get there. So you have to say, pack the courts, get a popular vote, never get a Republican president again, and then we'll move on with our lives. And then climate change.
True, but I think that it starts at the local level. Like the real place where, you know, these bureaucracies and these, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Bureaucrats? What?
Where these bureaucrats, but also where these like, God damn, I am way too drunk for this. We all knew it, but here we are.
This guy on
James,
Monday.
we're fucked. This country needs to make some big changes. It's time
No,
to
I agree.
pack the court. Pack the court. Pack the court.
No, but the place where this starts is at the local
These
institution.
local numbnuts don't know what's going on. It needs to be
Exactly, and that's why it starts there.
It starts with
Because
federal
those
funding.
local
Money is what
numbnuts
controls this.
are like, oh yeah, Joe Schmo is like, oh, hey, I work for the local oil place, and I say that you should do this, and it's going to bring jobs to our community, and that's where it starts. It starts at the bottom, not at the top. The bottom is where all these fucking places like.
But James, we are a national
are
country now. No, James, it used to be that your state represented what you represent, but now the whole political system is nationalized, meaning whatever Trump says
Which I agree.
is what the people say. So it all starts at the national level. If the federal government does things, the people will
But regardless, it all starts there. But you have to say like
we're not local anymore.
All about
local politics.
There's no law. No, there's no local politics.
Not unless you're talking about the mayor's level stuff. I mean, it's now. I mean, think about it. Look at these elections for House Representative, right? I mean, I saw the one even for Senate. I saw how the Senate election in Montana, the woman who's running against the senator, current Montana senator, is being accused of being in the pocket of China, and I'm thinking Montana. And you're telling me that in Montana, that the Chinese politics are influencing how Montana works. Are you kidding me?
That's just a Joe Biden line.
Right.
It's a Joe Biden attack.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, they're using all this stuff. I mean, even like John Ossoff in Georgia, the same thing. You're telling me that John Ossoff
is in the pocket of China. I saw that one.
Yeah, I'm like, are you Georgia and China? Does China even know where China thinks Georgia is in Eastern Europe like everybody else does, right? So, like, I don't know how at all that, like, those types of things, like I get where you're coming from, James, but I think the local level politics impact, for the most part, in my opinion, Republicans. Democrats, for the most part, are not really that concerned about local level politics unless it relates to local level activities that end up implicating or impacting national level politics. So, for example, in Houston, when they have the drive-through voting, that the Harris County thing that was going on, and Houston had elected the former Democratic head of finance for the state of Texas. He is Houston's, what do you call this? Harris County's like essentially election czar. And so they have him doing this, but his whole fight going through this is because the Republicans are challenging every vote because that's what Donald Trump told them to do, right? Even though Houston has 5 million people in the county itself, almost 8 million now in the city of Houston, all of that has nothing to do with what's going on in Houston. It has everything to do with what Donald Trump is telling these rich Republicans that everything should be delegitimized. So as much as we want to think that everything we do, every person we vote for has to do with local level politics, it's being dictated from the top. Every single thing, an attack ad or a support ad or just an introduction ad, they're all about you as an individual adjacent to the national policy that's being set. That's what I've always believed.
No, it's true. I saw it on
in a lot of ways, I totally agree with you. Like, because there
James,
is
it's James,
money.
Long Island. We're
There's-
from Long Island. I saw the ads. They were like, "Oh, this lady wants to defund the police."
Right, defund the
Do you think
police.
she ever mentioned defund the police in her
No,
life?
no,
I saw her
and I
defense ad.
entirely
Hey,
agree.
James, her defense ad was, "I never said I wanted to defund the police." Also, defund the police is a complete national topic.
Right.
This lady doesn't want to defund the police. I'm sure she never
She-
even thought about
she doesn't even know
defunding
who
the police.
are.
She's like, "Yeah, I don't like the police. I live in like a regular area. We have police officers." But that's what they're using against Joe Biden. It's the same. She's in the pocket of the leftist. So what are you talking about? She's a PhD person in Long Island. You think she gives a fuck about the national agenda? But it's like, yeah, why are you associating her with defund the police? Because Long Islanders are a bunch of whack jobs that are suddenly so concerned with defunding the police. And she goes, that's not true. I don't care. I don't want to defund the police. Like, I like the police. It's like, what is going on? There's not one issue that is a local issue. Not like, hey, my highway sucks and I got to get fixed, which used to be a thing, but it's like nobody cares about that anymore. It's who are you aligned with on the national political scale? Donald Trump ruined it, man. Donald Trump screwed it all up.
I mean,
everything is national.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a lot of ways that is true because, yeah, they do
I
that.
almost think
Where you funnel money in to a particular political candidate, like in Montana's instance, Greg Gianforte is like the candidate for the Republican Party. He is a strongman, piece of shit, fucking like I'll beat you up if you disagree with me type character, which is evidenced by his like former practices. I mean, he fucking like body slammed a reporter. You guys haven't heard about this? I mean,
what's going on? Will you get back to some kind of liberal state? You're freaking us out over here.
no, because I mean, you know what? There is a lot of things I do agree about in Montana. Like we shouldn't have so much political influence on our lives. Like, you know, why?
Montana? Do you have a lot of political? I feel like you have no political influence on your lives. That's the problem in Montana.
Yes.
Exactly, and that's perfect. Like we should.
That continues.
Like there's no open container law.
Wait, I have a question, James. Do you feel this
like
is
it's perfect? Like it should be that way. It should be that way.
Do you feel this is going to change under a Democratic? Like, what is going on in Montana?
Right.
James, what is changing in Montana? I feel like nothing changes there. Are you guys nervous about the $400,000 plus tax?
Right.
Dude, you Montana.
Well, I've been trying to sway people about that.
They're nervous about it. The taxes coming up.
Well, I've managed to get 3 people to vote Democratic.
There you go.
That's pretty good. Imagine Montana becomes a swing state. That's when you know the Republican Party is toasted.
I mean, they got Texas swing state. That
can tell you people hate Donald Trump.
Correct.
Yeah,
that's
that Texas swing. Well, it should be exciting tomorrow. I'm going to be up. I really feel like we're going to get results in probably by like midnight.
No,
I think it'll go Wednesday afternoon.
No, but I do feel like if you get a bunch of so all the Democratic states are already locked for Joe Biden, right? And the really southern red states are already locked.
Correct.
So we're just talking about if we can.
There's probably 10 states related.
Exactly. So if you get Wisconsin and Michigan, which are supposed to be blue, if they come in relatively on time,
and they will.
Then you're talking about like North Carolina or like Pennsylvania or whatever. I feel like it's not going to be that crazy. And then Georgia like goes blue or something. Like this is done.
I mean, North Carolina's governor said that they're going to expect 97% of the votes to be counted by midnight tomorrow night.
Right.
Eastern time.
So that's what I'm talking about. And if North Carolina goes blue, it's over.
I agree.
So
that'll help. Pennsylvania, they can't commit to anything shorter than Friday afternoon. So
okay.
That's a little different.
That's a little different.
It's a 6.
What about Florida?
Florida's usually 100% on election day because they start counting ballots as they receive them. So that shouldn't be a problem. So I think
it'd
Florida,
be crazy if you see some of these states really just go blue and then it's done. Then we don't have to worry so much.
I agree. I mean, that's my hope and prayer is that by midnight Eastern tomorrow we're able to get a read on who's really going to win. Donald Trump's lawyers have been on record on every news program saying they have lawyers ready in every single swing state. Briefs already ready to be amicus briefs already ready to be filed. for anything that comes after midnight.
I feel like in North Carolina, yeah, exactly. That's true. And I feel like, but if you see North Carolina and like Florida, I think people just kind of laugh at this nonsense. Like, I feel like it's crazy if it's only comes down to Pennsylvania and we're arguing in court.
Just like
but, exactly. If it all comes out of one state, but like you lose North Carolina, dude, you're a loser. You lost, dude. Like you couldn't even win North Carolina, that redneck lunatic town. Like that's a red state.
Very red state.
Like, let's get it together. If you're not winning your red states, you're a loser. Right. You're a loser. I'm not talking about those swing times. I'm about you can't even win Florida, Arizona. Like these are red states. Stop. Like you're losing red states. You're a loser, Donald Trump. So I mean, I think people will be like, ooh, like yeah. I mean, maybe Pennsylvania we're swing stating, but dude, you lost Arizona. You lost Florida. Like you're done. Like yeah, you can argue them in court forever, but like you're toasted. You're gonna if you're arguing against Joe Biden's victory in multiple swing states,
then you've lost.
Right. If you're arguing one and you're going head to head,
that's why the Supreme Court was a big deal.
Exactly. But now I'm saying if you're arguing 3 or 4, dude, you're toasted. You're done.
You're wasting millions.
I'm not nervous. I'm not that bad about it. I'm not that sad about it. Waste your money. Let it go to the courts. You'll never win. But again, more than one. Pennsylvania, we're all screwed. Because that shit's a mess.
I mean, I checked the latest polls. Every single poll had Biden +5 at minimum. As of 9 o'clock this evening. So we'll see. I mean, I'm cautiously indifferent. Let's put it like that. I would love to have a feeling either way. But I just don't.
I'm phone banking tomorrow for Pennsylvania. I've been phone banking for Pennsylvania.
I need you to be there in person. I'll pay for a flight. You want to go to Philly?
No, I was thinking about that canvassing in person, but I feel like they have enough people there that can do that. And plus, I feel like I've gotten through to a lot of people on the phone, man. A lot of people are like, I don't know, my ballot's in the trash, and like I throw it out, and like I never got my ballot. So many people didn't get their ballots in Arizona and Pennsylvania. Nobody got their ballots, and you're just like, how is this a thing? What's happening? But I said, it's okay. You go in, you vote with a provisional ballot, you get it done. It's just like, I think that people will show up and vote. A lot of people said, I fucking hate that guy. Like, I hate that orange monster. Like, it's done. But we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. I mean, I'm going to be sitting there waiting. I'll be up all night. And then after it's over, we'll celebrate or we'll kill ourselves. Either or. Like, we'll figure it out.
Tomorrow night, I'm going to be down to drink like a ton no matter what.
James, I'm going to be on Long Island, and Eddie is going to be there too, voting. So we're going to vote together. We'll hang out. We got us on a video chat. We'll be up late, hanging out and drinking and hoping for the end hoping that the end of the world isn't upon us. But
let's pray, bro.
Let's pray.
Maybe.
Let's pray. I'm going to do a 12-hour phone banking shift. They gave me off work. I'm going to spend it well, and that'll be the end of it. And they'll say I couldn't do anything else. That was the end of it. Sometimes you just go, I couldn't do anything else, and it's over.
You did your best.
Yeah. Well, I think it is what it is, boys. In the famous words of President Trump, it is what it is. And I think.
Did he say that?
Yes, he did. When he asked about the number of deaths that we had, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's probably accurate.
Yeah. When he goes, hey, you know what? I can't really do anything about COVID. It is what it is, James. There's nothing else to be done. I did nothing, and there's nothing more to be done.
Well, I'm glad that he said that because, I'm out here you're being a real piece of shit.
Yeah. So there's nothing else you could have done, Donald Trump. It is what it is. No more preventative measures. You could do one more thing.
Fuck that asshole.
To wear a mask. It is what it is.
Look, Dan, you're lucky.
Masks are for pussies.
Right. He even got it, and it didn't matter. So you know what? It's life.
It didn't matter. You know what? Yeah, it didn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Convalescent plasma. Yes. It did him good.
Yeah, that My Pillow probably.
Yeah, My Pillow guy.
My Pillow. Yeah, it was the sleep that he got from a My Pillow.
Yes.
And he ate a couple of cans of Goya beans. The guy's set for life. This guy's full of beans and pillows, James. He's gonna live forever. You know what?
That's what we're ending on is fucking Trumpians. That bunch of
he's the incumbent. He's the incumbent. You got to end on what's.
It's the end of the end, James. We're gonna hope for the best. We did all we could. Yeah. We had this podcast. People were influenced. We converted a lot of Trump voters. And now it's done. We live with the consequences of everything that's happened. Hopefully people are sick of COVID and they want to get out of this. Yes. If I talk to people on the phone, I'd say, aren't you kind of over COVID? Like, don't you want to move on? And he goes, no, I love it. Trump 2020, and I go, okay, well then we're settled then.
Yes.
It is what it is.
COVID your life.
So it is what it is. We'll wait for tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a post 12 a.m. reaction, depending. It'll be 9 p.m. Lucky you bastard. We'll be up, sitting there sweating to death, and we'll see if I can survive the workday on Wednesday based on this. So it is what it is, James. Good luck at the hospital. Don't get COVID.
Yeah, don't get it.
And hopefully we'll see you in Montana if it all turns out the way we think it will. So.
That's right.